Hey family, this video is just a follow-up as what you could probably say is like footnotes to video one, because I shot video one with no script, just talking straight from my heart. And you know, sometimes when you do that, things kind of get left out. So in going over that video again and watching it, I had some notes that I wanted to go over. So one of the first things I wanted to speak about was Success University. I mean, I tell you, I was in this company, it was the first company I was in. Then I joined 5 Links, and I never actually tell you what happened to Success University. And I think it's actually pretty hilarious how things turned out for me and where I ended up in my third company. But Success University was owned by a gentleman named Matt Morris. So what Matt Morris did at the point where I had been in the company for 2 years is he decided to sell his company to another company called WorldVentures, which is actually a travel company. And what he did is he just took everyone that was in the business and he put them under him in that business. I forget, I don't even know what kind of compensation plan they were. I don't know if they were binary or unilevel or, you know, a matrix, force matrix, a hybrid. I have no idea what WorldVentures was at that time or what they are now. But he placed everyone who was still in the business under him, and your $47 a month subscription fee, which was for your auto ship, it turned into your payment for your website. So at that time, I was like, I don't want to be involved in a travel company. So I just basically shut down and went out of that business because I didn't renew my credit card in the back office with WorldVentures so that I can continue my membership, so to speak, with WorldVentures, although I never wanted to sign up for WorldVentures. Also in the video, I was getting ready to say a funny thing about something, and I stopped and said, well, it wasn't really funny, but I kind of started talking and got off of the point. And the point that I was trying to make was, when I got into Success University, the amazing thing was that I had internet, but no support. And then when I signed up into 5 Links, I got support with no internet. And what the valuable lesson that taught me was that you have to have synergy. You can't be an individual who's just doing internet. I mean, this is a people business. We are in the business of people. I don't care what company you're in. I don't care what products and service you're selling. This business of network marketing is the business of people. So if you're not creating relationships with people in your organization, people in your team, you're going to have a hard way to build this business and to sustain it. You want a business that's going to be sustainable and it's going to pay you over the long run. So for me, I realized at that point that I had to create a synergy between live human support and online activities where a person may not speak to me up until the point where they're ready to sign up, or even after they sign up. So a lot of that came into my mindset and my concepts with building out the program Leveraging Leads Domination. Another thing that I wanted to speak about is, I told you, being transparent, that most people in their lifetime career of network marketing, they recruit 2.5 people into their business. Well, what that means, if you didn't understand that, is that the average rep does 2.5. So if you've recruited over 2.5 people since you've been in the network marketing business, you are actually an above average recruiter. My goal was to be a phenomenal recruiter. And maybe that's your goal as well. But just keep in mind, if you have recruited more than 2.5 people, you're an above average recruiter. Another thing is, I spoke about my uplines calling the company on me because I was on their team and on another team. What I didn't explain about that is, company policy is you can't have 2 separate positions on 2 separate organizations in the company. Although we're all the same company, different teams, there's a conflict of interest when you do that. And it's sort of the same reason why network marketing companies don't want you signing up into other network marketing companies, because it creates a conflict to a degree. So what happens is, you have a rep that you're signing up into the business. Now you can make a qualified and strategic decision of, do I put this rep over here in this team, which would help me break a position, or do I put this rep over here in this organization over here? So because you have that ability, teams feel like you're not truly building us. You're building two different, and it's a conflict. You're building two different organizations. So that's one of the reasons why it was in company policy. Although the company approved my purchase of the position, they really didn't look all the way into it. And at the point when they called on me, that's when I had to address it. One of the other things that I wanted to address, because I've always heard the rumblings. No one has really said it to me directly, but a lot of people behind my back had an issue with me buying a position. And until you get into the higher ranks of an organization and understand that this is something that goes on every day, people sell and buy positions. It's actually in every company policy in every network marketing company. You can sell your position to someone else because it's a position of equity. There's equity in that position. So what I always tried to do and tried to explain to people was, you bought a position when you got started, which I did. It was an IMR position. And at the time when I got started, it was $499. So now I turned around and later on bought an ET position, and I bought it for 5 figures. So who had more invested? And like I told you, when I got started as an IMR, I invested $2,800 when I got started. And then on this side, I came in as an ET, and it actually wasn't me. It was my wife. I put her in that position. She came in as an ET for 5 figures. So some people look at it like, oh, you had a cheat. You had an easier path. It was the ET position. Let's not get this twisted. Executive trainer, first position in the company. There were only 5. In 2011, they created double platinum and it went to 6 positions. But you got to understand the dynamics of getting an organization that already has bodies in it, and these people don't know who you are. You're a new leader. A lot of people didn't want to work with me, which I was absolutely fine with, because whatever worked for their business worked for my business regardless, whether you work with me or don't. You cannot want to work with me. In fact, true leaders, and I had to learn this from a leader that I had worked with prior in a prior company, true leaders want their leadership to break off and not need them for anything and build their own business independent of them, and they still get paid for it. That's the whole concept of network marketing. But like I said, the dynamics was a little bit skewered when you're coming in as someone that no one knows and you're telling people, I bought this position, I'm above you, I'm here to work with you and help you. And initially I had a lot of kickback from a lot of individuals. Some loved it. Some already knew me. Some was willing to work with me. And in the end, almost everyone was willing to work with me. And those that weren't willing to work with me, they left the business. But it was actually harder than starting an IMR position and bringing people in and you're already there in play, instead of coming in later and now you're the leader and people are looking like, who are you? So it was a little bit harder to build that position and create that camaraderie with that group. One of the things I also said in the last video was I didn't know when we were going to be launching. And as I've thought about it, we're going to be launching toward the end of this month. So Pursue Next Level was going to launch towards the end of this month. I mean, some of you need coaching right now in your business. Hell, you probably need coaching 2 years or a few years ago in your business, and you could have been creating tremendous income from 3 years ago to now. So those were the few things that I wanted to go over just to cover all my bases before I go into the next video. And again, the next video I'm going to be shooting strictly from just sitting in front of the camera, talking from my heart, telling the story as best I remember it and as objectively as possible. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. You should have a caption that pops up in this video with the link for you to click to go over to that video. All right, guys, I see you in the next video. Make it a great day.